Okay, now let's take a look at adding some artwork to this. So the artwork for the 3D views and rendering, we're going to add as decals. All right, so a decal is going to be found under the insert tab under decal here for place decal. So you can see this is a good example too. This is something that you could use for a computer screen or a TV screen. Really anything where you want to bring an image into the render environment. So I'm going to go ahead and say place a decal. I don't have any decals yet, so it's going to automatically prompt me to create one. Once you create decals, they're all going to be listed here within your project, but right now there's nothing, so I gotta go ahead and create a new one. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit new, and then it's gonna pull up all these different settings for me to work with. So I do also need to have an image saved for this. So let's go find an image for this. We can find a piece of artwork here. That one looks pretty. All right, I'll go ahead and save the image. And mind you, this is just for demo purposes. If you are going to use, artwork in a student project, it should be fine. But if you're doing it professionally, you'd want to consider copyright images or, copyright things and issues. But you do want to make sure the file type, again, is going to be a JPEG or a PNG. I'll save that to my desktop. Again, this is something else you would want to probably build a library up for over time as you're working and using these for render resources. So now I've saved that to my desktop. I'm gonna go ahead and load that in under source. Probably want to rename those files better than what I was doing here. I was just doing the save as, but you probably want to give that a better naming convention. I'll go ahead and load that in. The different settings in here, really the brightness, the reflectivity, those would be if you're applying this like a TV screen or a computer to monitor for the most part. If you're going to have anything, where it actually might have an illuminance, like a self glow to it as a TV or something would. Artwork, you're probably not going to have that, but just know that these options are there if you want to use it in that capacity. The bump is related to the pattern. So again, I probably wouldn't use it for artwork, but if I have something that's highly texturized that I want to show that texture kind of coming off of the page, then you would use the bump for that. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit OK, and then I'm going to click to place. And that's it. There's my decal. It is it's small, right, by default, but you can edit the size of it here and adjust it. It will only, it's doing this because it's two different walls. It can only be hosted on one wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it over so it's just on this one wall here. So you can see the full image. It does scale, like the size of the decal is generated based on the size of your artwork. So I can't necessarily, the proportions are set and are locked. You can unlock them, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's gonna disproportion the size of the artwork. But it is nice that it does just come in that way automatically. And then too, if I were to do a 3D view in that space, let's go up to our floor plan here. Let's see, we're in that middle room with the area rug. And let's go to my view. Oh, wait. Okay. I'll go to view here. And let's do a 3D camera view. And then right away, of course, it goes to our hidden line, but I can switch that over to realistic. And there we go. Then I can see my floor, my artwork, and my area rug.